How are you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
What are you up to?
Can I ask you why you're engaging me?
Stop there a minute.
Why?
I'm just trying to identify who you are because you've got your face covered and you've... what's your name, please, sir?
I don't have to give you my name.
Okay, well, at this moment in time, we believe that you might well be wanted. Okay. Well, we'll cross that bridge in a minute once we've confirmed it. So that's why we need to identify who you are. It's all right. We'll do it another way. Just bear with us a second.
You start with your first name, please, sir.
I don't believe I have to provide your name.
Okay. Well, I believe that you're wanted, right? Okay. Just by your description alone, right? So I believe that you're wanted off a briefing that I've received today, right? So we can do it one of two ways.
Wanted for what?
Well, wanted for an offence.
What offence?
Well, wanted for an offence of harassment, actually. So I need to check you out in order to see A, if it is you, or B, if it isn't you, right? And if it isn't you, I'll bid you good day and off you go.
Here's a tighter, more pointed version of that section, so it hits harder while staying clear. From the very first exchange, the officer's approach is flawed. He claims the auditor matches the description of a wanted person, not because of any solid evidence, but from a vague morning briefing. No detailed description, no named offence, just a generic heads-up turned into a fishing expedition. When the auditor refuses to give his name, perfectly within his rights, the officer ups the pressure. If it's not you, I'll let you go. That line alone reveals the problem. He's making identity a test you have to pass to keep your freedom. But in the UK, your liberty isn't a prize you earn by satisfying an officer's hunch. The law requires specific, articulable grounds, not guesswork, gut feelings, or generic briefings. Anything less is just authority casting a net.
So if we start with your first name, or are we going to have to get a fingerprint scanner down here and find out who you are, or take you down to custody to try and identify you because you refuse to give me details?
I haven't committed an offence.
Okay, so if you haven't committed any offences, can I start with your first name, please, sir?
I don't need to give you my first name.
Okay, well, I believe you to be Christopher Green, and I'm detaining you currently.
I am not Christopher Green.
Right, okay, well, that's fine,
fine,
but you're currently being detained up until the point that I can establish who you are. You're refusing to give me some details, so I need to establish who you are.
Please ask you to identify yourself?
Yeah, I'm PC 17768 Neil Williams.
And you, please?
Sergeant 15563.
Thank you.
Right,
which station?
So can we make
Western
it nice and easy for us and start giving just your first name, please?
Can I ask you which station you're from?
Yeah, I work at Withenshaw Police Station, work part of the X Department and part of the Transport Unit for Great Manchester Police.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yep.
So we're going to start with your name then, please. And if there's nothing wrong, then we'll send you on your way.
When the officer suddenly asserts, "I believe you to be Christopher Green," despite the auditor calmly denying it, the real motive becomes clear. This is no longer about genuinely identifying a suspect, it's about asserting control when challenged. The auditor had shown no evasiveness, no hostility, and no suspicious behavior, only a lawful refusal to give his name. That's a right, not a provocation. More troubling is the officer openly stating the full name of the person he claims is wanted. Under the UK GDPR and the Data Protection Act 2018, police must handle personal data with strict care. Publicly naming someone as a suspect without confirmation is a serious breach, potentially defamatory, and completely unnecessary for lawful grounds. If Christopher Green has no connection to the auditor, the officer has risked tarnishing two reputations, the auditor's and that of the real Christopher Green, if such a person even exists.
Not Christopher Green.
Okay.
100 Alpha.
And what is your name, please? And have you got any anything to identify yourself?
I don't believe I have to answer these questions.
Right. You don't believe that you have to add, right, okay, well, I believe you to be wanted, right? So make it easy for us, give us your details, identify yourself, show me some identification.
I don't believe I have to identify myself.
Well, you do.
We could arrest you, take you to custody and put you on a live scan machine. There's a necessity, if you're not giving your name and address, for us to verify who you are if we believe you to be wanted from the information we've got. So you can
I don't have to do that. You've not provided me with any grounds for an arrest.
Right, take your hands out your pocket so I can see them. I need to identify you. I'm trying to make it easy for you here, sir. So what I want,
I'm not in any threat to you.
No, not at all.
No, I'm not.
You had your hands in your pockets, and I don't know.
Despite detaining someone in public, the officer still can't produce any concrete grounds. No named offence, no evidence, just a vague claim the auditor matches a description. When pressed for the legal basis of the detention, he abruptly changes tack, seizing on the fact the auditor has his hands in his pockets. It's a transparent deflection. The officer knows his footing is weak, so instead of answering, "What offence do you suspect me of?" he manufactures a new concern, posture. Apparently, standing calmly with your hands in your coat now qualifies as suspicious. Even more damning is his repeated admission, "I don't know who you are." That lays it bare. This detention isn't about preventing a crime or apprehending a suspect. It's about holding someone simply because the officer doesn't recognize them.
Up until the point that you identify yourself, make it easy for us, and if it isn't you, and I can establish who you are, and I can clearly identify you, then I'll send you on your way. Right, okay. But by you being obstructive at the moment...
I'm not being obstructive.
Well, you are, because you're refusing to provide us some details.
No, because I don't believe lawfully that I have to give you those details because I haven't committed any offence of harassment. I'm sorry.
Right, okay. Well, I believe you to be wanted, so I want you to, I need you to identify yourself in order for me to make those inquiries. And once I make those inquiries and find out that you are either wanted or you're free to go, I will then send you on your way. Okay? Oh, no, don't, no, excuse me, I'm speaking.
You've asked me whether I'm Christopher Green, and I've said I'm not Christopher Green.
Right, and all I'll say to you is, right, identify yourself, because stop giving me orders. I'm the police here.
Speak to me respectfully.
I have done. I've tried.
Speak to me respectfully.
What I'll say to you is, you're not going anywhere up until the point that I can clearly identify you. Okay.
Right, but please continue.
There you go.
To speak to me respectfully. Okay.
So what's your name, please?
To speak to you always respectfully.
Your name, please?
The auditor remains calm, clear, and entirely within his rights, simply stating that he hasn't committed a crime and isn't required to provide ID without lawful grounds. Instead of responding with professionalism, the officer snaps, shouting, "No, no, I'm the police here." As if volume and job title can magically turn an unlawful demand into a lawful one, that outburst isn't just unprofessional, it's telling. It reveals an officer who's not in control of the situation or the law, but of his temper. And when authority loses composure without legal justification, it often falls back on aggression as a tool of intimidation. The raised voice, the confrontational stance, this isn't about resolving anything lawfully. It's about scaring someone into compliance.
Not giving you my name.
Right, have you got any ID on you?
I'm not. I don't have to do this.
The problem is, we suspect you of an offence.
Sorry mate, why do you believe that you don't have to do this?
Because I don't believe I've committed a criminal offence.
Right, okay. Well, then make it easy for me, sir, right?
I don't have to make anything easy for you.
Yeah, you do, unfortunately.
No, I don't.
Why are you being so obstructive? If you're not committed any offence, we can check your details. And
I don't have to discuss anything with you.
Why are you trying to avoid it?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Because it's going to be a long process for you if we have to take you to custody and put you on one of them live scan machines to find out who you are.
Well,
so it'll be a lot straightforward if you just give us your details. We can check if you want to not. If you're not, absolutely fine, which is what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not Christopher Green, and I'm saying I've not committed offensive harassment.
Who are you then?
I've just told you I don't believe that I have to give you that information.
The auditor isn't being difficult. He's calmly exercising his right not to hand over personal details without clear